Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I am back with another Starcraft 2 1 versus 1 replay cast. Got ourselves another best of 3 here. It's going to be a Terran versus Zerg on the map World of Sleepers, and just from the little summary I got of this, I think it's going to be a good series here. We've got a Terran player that I haven't seen in quite a while, I feel. It's Bunny. He was one of the rising stars in the Korean scene, but maybe he's fallen off a little bit, but he's still very impressive all the way around. He is a pro gamer. He competes at the highest level and everything like that. But he also has like a regular job, I found out a while back, and it's like you're that good at StarCraft because like it takes a lot of time to play StarCraft, but then also work in a regular job. So his opponent up in the top right-hand side of the map, it's Impact. Now, he's a little bit more of a wild card in a sense. Sometimes he looks very, very good lately. He's really showing new peaks in his play, it would seem. However, then at times he can also look like, dare I say, the Impact of old, which his performances are kind of what you'd expect of the old him. So he hasn't really reached like a new super high level of consistency yet, but he's certainly showing like very high skill. And yeah, we're just going to see how this match is going to go between these two. I know that you guys have really been enjoying these Korean matches. These best of threes make for like a nice little bite of StarCraft 2 action at a very high level. So yeah, make sure to press that like button. Just go ahead and press that if you are enjoying these commentaries. As usual, we're going to try and break 20 likes on this video, and I think it's going to be some good StarCraft. So that shouldn't be too hard. And of course, if you're new to the channel, make sure to press that subscribe button. I put out a lot of commentaries, pretty much one every day of at least a few matches of StarCraft 2. And yeah, I'm trying to break 2,600 subs by the end of the year. That's the goal I'm setting, and you guys can help make that happen. Enough of that, though, talking about the actual game here. I know I ramble a little bit at the start of the game usually, and it kind of works out nicely that I have a bit of time to ramble, but the game's starting to heat on up here a little bit. We've got just the first few lings coming out for Impact. Of course, they are the pretty standard, I don't want to lose drones to the Reaper. Don't fear the Reaper, in a sense, is the purpose of these lings. Reaper gonna micro back versus these guys, and then he's just gonna try and force this Reaper back without taking any casualties. Of course, if you lose a ling or anything, it's not too big of a deal. And Bunny just sharking about, doing what he can. Tossing down a grenade, hitting that queen, being a bit of a pain. The third base is already up for Impact, though, so nothing that he's really got to worry about. I mean, he's pushing his queens out to make sure that he defends that creep tumor, while the Reaper's just poking that third. Bunny, though, oh, this is an interesting play here from the Terran. A very, very economic play here from Bunny. He's going for a third command center already, and I love seeing this from Terrans. Regardless of how you're going to play, I think if you're going to be setting up to play a bio or something, the best way to do it is... the best way to do it, I feel, is to get up a fast third command center. So you've got like a very good amount of production not far into the game. It just sets you off very strong, because I feel that the timing attacks aren't necessarily what you want versus Zerg these days. Not at least the bio versions of the timing attacks. I mean, of course, timing attacks can always work, but I feel if you're going to play bio, a third CC is probably the best way to do it in this day and age. And we take a look here. Hellions and Reaper going to be moving out across the map. Going to be trying to nab up a creep tumor. Bunny, oh, doesn't quite get that one. Impact with a nice cancel there. Saving those active tumors as a Zerg is very important, but oh, look at this. Coming out of Bunny, he's going for a specialty here. The 3cc into Battle Cruiser. Now, this is such a bold build to go for from Terran. I mean, you're not really making a ton of units other than the 1 BC off the back of your third command center. So technically you're pretty darn vulnerable, but usually this works out for the Terran, I feel. So we're gonna see exactly how Bunny's gonna play this out, what he's gonna go into. On my stream and everything, I BC rush literally every match versus Zerg, but I usually opt for the 2cc into the BC rush, then follow it up with the third CC. Bunny goes for the more economical play, a little bit riskier, I'd say. But if it works out, it's really going to pay dividends for him. And that BC is already on the way. We'll see if he's going to add in that Yamato cannon. In the meantime, though, he is just getting up a few barracks here. So really trying to just power up behind this, and then he's going to be looking to transition pretty quickly. You basically just make the BCs just to get in the Zerg's face, and then all of a sudden you've got quite a good bio follow-up, and that's really the strength of this third CC play. His economy is going to be very good to support this. So even though he invested in an expensive BC, he's going to be powering up pretty darn strong, and we'll see how Impact's doing on his side of the map. We've got a lair on the way already. I mean, pretty moderately timed lair, nothing too significant there. He's getting up his gases and whatnot. I mean, I think Impact's a little bit in the dark here. He's confirmed the third command center, but he hasn't confirmed the fusion core, so he really only has a few queens out, and it's not like he's built spores at every base here. So the BC could actually get a bit of damage done here for Bunny, and it's about to pop out. Does this guy just yeet across the map? I hate using that term, but I think it's a pretty accurate one to describe what the BC does. There we go. All of a sudden, a battle cruiser in the main base of the Zerg, and Impact's gonna say, "What? I thought you were going in like 3cc, just a regular play." No, Bunny following this up with a battle cruiser. It's killed a few drones already. It's now gonna pick off a queen, maybe get another drone or two, or a few more queens while this is going on. And the BC really is tough to defeat for the Zerg. He's already lost 2 queens to this. Meanwhile, the battle cruiser just chasing down a third. I mean, this is going pretty darn well for Bunny. The queens are starting to work away on this BC, so he could potentially go down here. Keep in mind he teleported in, so he can't teleport out. But look at this, he's just parking on top of the queens, trying to focus him down. But I think the BC is going to go down. Bunny not really microing this because he's busy dealing with a counterattack here as Banelings are connecting to the few Marines that he has. He has to raise the wall. SCV's abandoned outside. Impact just going for it here as he kills off a fair few of Bunny's SCVs. He did clean up the BC though, so both of those guys really had big focal points there. I mean, maybe I should include in that. You know what, we're actually gonna, I don't usually rewind in a game, but I want to catch what happened. Okay, so Bunny, he was securing up his third base pretty early, dare I say. Didn't have a ton of units because, of course, he invested in an early BC. And then we see, yeah, Impact just catches a lot of these SCVs. There's Banelings in the mix and SCVs, so that doesn't usually work out too well for the Terran. And then, alright, we get to this point. Banelings go all over Bunny. He's producing his bio at a pretty decent rate, though, so he is able to hold on, but I think that worked out pretty well for Impact. The fact that he killed off 12 SCVs there, and he's on 4 bases, he killed off the battlecruiser. The battlecruiser, I mean, killed off a few queens, killed off a few drones, but I think that really did work out better for the Zerg player there. And we take a look at this game. 1-1 is already done for Impact. 1-1's on the way for Bunny. I mean, 2-2 started for Impact already. He's going into Hydras. He's on the back of 4 bases. He's got a macro hatchery up already. I feel like this is a pretty good spot for the Zerg. However, Impact, I mean, however, Bunny, I mean, he's not out of it just yet, but I think he isn't in the most comfortable spot here as the Terran. It looks like he's going to be going for a bit of a push here. We're going to be using these tanks and probably trying to abuse a bit of a position, but Impact's already had a lot of time to build up supply. He already cleaned up a lot of the Marines. He's already, he's already killed off like 10 Marines here in the Hellions, which would have helped buffer for these tanks. So I don't know if Bunny even really has enough to buffer for this. He's setting up the tanks and he's going to be able to push on in. The scan goes down, cleaning up some of the creep here that the Zerg has been spreading. But I feel like Impact should be able to respond to this. I mean, oh man, did more SCVs just go down there? Oh, this is kind of looking tough for Bunny here, yeah. I feel like a few SCVs died there. Meanwhile, there was some drops, but I think they got cleaned up too. So Bunny having a bit of a tough go at it here. I mean, he's still trying to push in this location, but it's not that much of a force here for the Terran. Yeah, Lings are going to be able to wrap around. Bunny, he's going to have to unload the Marines here, trying to save maybe at least one of the tanks. But yeah, it's not that much bio that he has here. He's bringing in reinforcements, kind of just carting them in with Medivacs. But as far as just having enough to push in goes just with this, I don't think it's going to be enough. And oh, these Medivacs, they got to be careful. He's got the 1 tank still here. But it's kind of risky staying in the spot here, I feel, as Bunny. He's just got the 1 tank. Impact, of course, doesn't have too much here. The mine unburrows, but it does just get picked off there. The tank is doing whatever it can, and Bunny is still just trying to poke on into the Zerg. But Impact with the Hydras, I feel like he's going to be fine in this spot. Bunny really needs to be thinking about what else he's going to do after this attack. I mean, he's kind of making it work, but still, I don't think he's going to be able to push in with just this handful of Marines. And it looks like Impact is actually going to go for it. Bunny's going to have to micro back these Marines. The Banelings pull back a little bit. How well can Bunny pull these Marines back? He's focusing down the Banes. He does get all the Banes, but his tank gets cleaned on up. And and then I don't think he can really take this too much further, so he's just got to be careful not to lose these units. I mean, very action-packed game here. Bunny just keeping us going. These medivacs to the north, I don't actually know if they even dropped anything. I think that might have just been just a bit of a bait. But we take a look here. Bunny, he is getting up his 4th base, so it's not like he's just going 3 base or die, but I still feel that the Zerg's in a pretty good spot. Impact, he's on 4 bases, getting into a 5th already. He's already got his 2-2 done. He's able to churn out a ton of Banelings, making 19 right now. And then, yeah, this is looking pretty good for the Zerg, I feel. I mean, the Terran's army is nothing to scoff at, but I feel like it usually goes pretty well for the player with Hydraling Bane versus just Marines and Widow Mines for the Terran. Buddy's going to need some godlike splits to make an attack potentially work here. And he is starting to move in. He's starting to free split his Marines a little bit. But look at this Impact not giving Bunny any time. Widow Mines, they'll get pretty big connections on the Banelings, and all of a sudden, most of the Banelings that the Zerg had are gone. However, Bunny, his Marines, I mean, they've already stimmed once, and the Zerg player, he's looking to come in again. Bunny's going to have to micro this while he focuses down the Banelings, expertly done. He might be able to turn around and engage the Hydras now, but no, I don't think he has enough healing power really to take a fight like that, as his Marines alone don't have the staying power to engage into those Hydras, so he does pull back there. He's got these 2 extra medivacs from the north that were just chilling. They're now coming to group up with these Marines. Their extra healing will be greatly appreciated by Bunny. However, Bunny, he is now starting to secure up a 4th base. I think another sensor tower around here is probably a good idea at some point. Keeping tabs on those Zerg counterattacks is very important. And he's even going for a 5th base here. I love this choice coming out of Bunny. Sometimes Terrans will just be like, okay, I'll make a 4th base because I have to. And then they'll just be like, all right, I'll keep doing what I'm doing. But no, Bunny, he's like, I'm going to build a 5th base. I'm just going to macro up here, realizing that it's probably a good way to set the pace in this game. Oh, man, Impact has a lot of Lings here, but they are being pushed back by Bunny. Impact really going hard on the Lings here. He's possibly going to counterattack, but he is going to have to deal with this army of Bunny. And there we go. We are seeing a counterattack go down for Impact now. We'll see. It is going to catch these units here. Are those mines going to burrow for Bunny? Yes, they are. Impact going to split up those Lings. One of the mines goes off, but not too many there. Bunny is going to have to retreat to that planetary. Meanwhile, he's got his army on the front. It's very tough to defend from a counterattack like this while also going for a push. And suddenly we see Impact. He's capitalizing on this collision. Bunny is paying attention, though, so he's starting to pull back his units. I mean, that wasn't the most optimal engagement for the Terran. They're pretty good for the Zerg, I feel. Dislodging the Terran, who's now being bullied back. He's still got Lings in his 3rd base. Impact playing a pretty good TvZ here. And even the Burrow, adding insult to injury for the Terran. We take a look here. Bunny is like, you're telling me I gotta scan? I gotta spend like 300 minerals just to see your invisible units, and look at this for Impact. A random Infestor out on the map. Impact is literally just one Infestor, but the fungal this guy could get could be huge. Bunny is not, he's just so exposed right now, and Impact is waiting to set up the ultimate flank. The fungal growth that could come out of this Infestor could be gigantic here, and we see Impact. He's moving around the map trying to position or trying to pull Bunny into a bad position. Look at this counterattack being queued on up here. This supply depot wall, it's got to hold, because man, that is a lot of Lings on the other side there. Bunny will come back, start working on this. Widow Mines get connections, pick off a lot of those Lings. I think some SCVs need to come and repair those depots, that's for sure. Okay, SCVs, like Bunny has a lot of depots to repair. Look at all that fire there. I think most of the depots will be safe. One of them is not so lucky. Meanwhile, Bunny now, he's realizing, he's like, okay, you're really starting to push and pull me apart. Leave me alone, Impact. He's going to try and put the pressure back onto his opponent here. He's going for a Widow Mine drop. This Infestor, by the way, oh man, this Infestor is just waiting for the money fungal, and oh my gosh, Impact's gonna go for it. The fungal goes down and catches all the medivacs. A ton of the bio gets caught there. The Liberators are set up, all clumped up, but they eat a parasite with bomb. They ate the fungal, and all of a sudden, Impact is crashing on in here. The planetary is gonna have to be an anchor point. SCVs can't repair the PF in time. It falls. Bunny losing a ton of his bases there. 2 bases going down, an orbital and a planetary. He's trying to build up another one. That gets sniped off as well. I mean, the Widow Mine drop is going off. It gets okay connections there, but Impact definitely getting the better prize there, picking off 2 of the Terran's bases. That really, really hurts. Bunny, fortunately, he did invest in this 5th base earlier on, but that was a massive setback for the Terran. The Terran player, he's now going to cross. He's now going to push across the map Widowmine gonna burrow there. He's gonna be retreating. Oh, lots of Widowmines going off, but even a ton of friendly fire going down. Bunny has so many Widowmines, but they have not been getting the connections he needs. His Medivac's healing his bio as well as they can, and he does have an upgrade lead for now, so his bio can trade pretty well with the Hydras and Lings, but look at this Impact, even burrowing Banelings all over the place. Or really just in one place here. But, oh man, this game has been non-stop action here, although I really feel like this is better for Impact. I think Bunny might need to lift off his main, and speak of the devil right there, he's saying, right, I can't invest in another command center, I can't wait for that to build up, so he's floating away his main, a bit of a Terran trick to keep that economy going, to make sure that you don't run out of steam, and we are going to be seeing Bunny push on in here. He's got Liberators in the mix now, he's going to be picking off this Zerg base, which is quite nice. I mean, Impact's economy is good, but it's not amazing. It's not like he's got a huge bank or anything like that, so pretty nice there for the Terran getting that base. At least makes it feel a little bit better, but oh man, this Link counterattack. This base, not a planetary since it just floated over for the main, so these bio units are gonna have to clean this up. These Links just being a big pain to the Terran. Their SCVs are gonna be getting picked off. Bunny is going to be trying to make this push happen, but all of a sudden we're looking at a Zerg who's reached the dream composition. He's got Broodlords, he's got Infestors, and there is no Vikings, no Ghosts for Bunny, so he's going to have to retreat. The Zerg player is on his heels. I think his Medivac's got a boost to get away, probably burrow the mines on his retreat. There we go. All of a sudden his bio might be able to make a stand. Even the burrowed Banelings going off there, but there's nothing really to push these Broodlords away. We are seeing a few Vikings come out for the Terran. His Liberators can really pick off the Broodlings pretty well, but there's still no actual answer for the Broodlords. So Bunny, he's just got to hope that the Zerg makes a major misstep. His Liberator's trying to buy as much time as he can. Parasitic Bomb, Liberator running forward there. I mean, Bunny, he's trying to hold on, but look at that, another Parasitic Bomb. In fact, trying to bait the Zerg into a fight into the Liberation Zones. He does move forward. He picks off one of the Broodlords. He's building Vikings as this is going on, and there's actually no Corruptors here for the Zerg, so Impact, he's going to have to push forward right now. Banelings, Infestors charging forward. The fungal growth is absolutely huge on Bunny's bio, and it's really starting to wear thin. Bunny, he's microing back as well as he can, but his bio is so red due to that fungal. The Medivac trying to heal what they can, but even a fair few of them have gone down, and the Zerg player crashes forward. The third base of Bunny under fire. The Broodlords are taking shots from the Vikings, but a Corruptor has come forward to try and save this. I mean, the Broodlords are actually getting picked off here by Bunny. Can he clean up the Lings at his third base? And with getting all the Broodlords, that would be pretty nice for him. Queen's coming forward. The Transfuse is really going to help out. The Vikings, I mean, they've really done all they can at this point. They're trying to focus down the Broodlords, but the Transfuse is pretty darn good. He gets another of the Broodlords, but with the Corruptors coming forward, the Vikings, they can try and kite back. And they were doing an okay job trying to focus down those Corruptors. The ship weapons, +1, really noticeable there, helping the Vikings versus the Corruptors. But Corruptors pretty darn quick themselves these days, so kiting isn't really the best option for Terran. And now we take a look here. Lings at the third base still harassing the fourth base of Bunny, just trying to stay alive, but Bunny has been knocked down. He has lost a lot of SCVs this game. 62 SCVs have gone down. Impact, he lost that one base, yes, but he replaced it. His, yeah, and that's it. GG. Bunny just says, okay, that's it. I'm done for. The Zerg player just in a position which Bunny really can't overcome. And GG gets called. Game number 1 goes to Impact. A very beautiful Terran versus Zerg. If you enjoyed that one, make sure to press the like button. Let's try and hit 20 likes or even 25 likes for this video, because that was an amazing TvZ between these two. And the best part is it's a best of 3, so we've at least got one more coming down the line. We'll see if Impact is going to take it. This is a match from the Alima League, by the way. Not sure if I mentioned that earlier. The Alima League, a regular, probably the most regular StarCraft 2 tournament, has been running a long time now, and you can check that out. Get the replays if you want on the Patreon. It just creates so many good games to cast. I'll say again, just as we're loading on into the next game, if you're enjoying this commentary, press that like button. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe, as I put out this commentary pretty darn often. It's completely free on the YouTubes. And yeah, just let's keep that going. Anyway, here we are in the bottom right-hand side of the map. It's Bunny. And up in the top left-hand side of the map, it's Impact. Playing for Team LP. I'm pretty sure Bunny is on a team as well. And most Korean StarCraft 2 players are on a team at this point with all the new Chinese teams kind of popping up. They're just like, give us all the StarCraft 2 players, and all the StarCraft 2 players are like, sure. So not too many teamless Korean pros at this point, which is great to see. StarCraft 2 alive and well in 2019. We got the global finals. The global finals is going to be starting like a few hours from me casting this, so you can sure bet I'm going to be watching that when I can. I might have to miss the first few matches, but I'll definitely be back for the final matches, and the best part is, it is best of 5s. So I might even only miss like 1 or 2 matches, which would be amazing, because I'm going to miss like the first 2 hours or so, and then I'm going to probably race home and be like, Starcraft, 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 and then the day after that, it is the Serral Maru Stats Time Group, and oh, you can bet I'm going to watch that. I think I might have to declare Thursday and early Friday, and just be like, all right, I'm even Friday for LaughNgamez is usually pizza night, but I might have to get some pizza, you know, get a beverage or two and watch some awesome StarCraft. I don't think it is going to get any better than the Serral Maru Stats Time Group. I don't know who I'm going to cheer for, honestly. Like, if you guys have been following the pro StarCraft 2 scene, we've got the Group of Death. It's got Maru versus Time as the first match, and then Serral versus Stats, which is going to be a good one. I'm not sure who I'm going to cheer for, because I'm a big Maru fan, of course. Oh, by the way, I should probably talk about the game a little bit. Yeah, okay, Impact doing the extractor trick. I saw the supply be in the red for a second there, and I was like, what's going on? SCV, by the way, for Bunny was scouting out. Just making sure that everything is normal. Impact did go for an early pool, but Bunny knows about this. He's got his Reaper. He's building a bunker at the front, being very, very safe here. Yeah, no, I know I'm kind of off topic here a little bit, but I'm really excited for the global finals. This Overlord getting to a safe spot. But yeah, I think Stats can take down Serral, just because the long preparation format usually favors the Protoss, and I think Stats is going to bring out some pretty good builds at this point. I think though that I mean, it's not a given, but I think it's within the realm of possibility that Stats is going to beat Serral. He's had a long time to prepare. However, and then there's going to be Time Maru. And okay. And my prediction for Maru's result in BlizzCon, by the way, look at these lings just harassing Bunny a little bit until he gets his Hellions out. Talking about the actual game. My prediction! I'm not doing like a whole prediction video or anything for BlizzCon. I'm lumping it into this cast, just while things are heating up a little bit. My prediction is that if Maru drops a single map to Time, he's not making it out of his group. That's my prediction. If Maru 3-0's Time, I think he's winning BlizzCon. That's my prediction. I think that will completely tell us the form that Maru's in. That's how I feel about it. Whether we're gonna get GSL Maru or weekend tournament Maru. And I think the first match versus Time is really gonna show that. If he has like some wonky situations versus Time and he drops the map, it's like, Maru, that's not the Maru we're looking for. Of course, I think I am going to cheer for that, so I'm going to be cheering for Maru, I think. I'm going to be cheering for Maru to beat Time. I think Time definitely can take a map off of Maru, though, or take a few, or maybe even beat him, because he's so quick. He might even be quicker than Maru. So I think Time definitely could beat Maru. I mean, it's pretty low chance, I'd say, but it's definitely doable. And yeah, I think the way that it's going to work out is that after that first match, we're going to see the result Maru's in. And the reason why, talking about this, not a lot's happening in this game. The reason why I'm harping on and on about these results is that I think it's going to be really unpredictable, because the result is that those players have to play more than one match. If it was just one match, I think it would be pretty easy to prepare. But after your first match, whether you win or lose, you don't know who you're going to play and say the winners are the lower bracket, or in the losers match. And that's why I want to say Serral is definitely going to make it out. can see Cyril dropping a series, but I don't see him getting knocked out by like someone in the losers match or whatever. I think he's just too darn good for someone to have planned ahead. Like, okay, I'm gonna win my first match, and then I'm gonna beat Cyril in my second one. I've prepared builds to win my first match in BlizzCon, and then my second one, which is probably gonna be versus Cyril. So Cyril definitely makes it out of his group, I feel. He definitely can lose a series, but I think he's making it out. And yeah, that's my BlizzCon prediction. Talking about this actual game here, and I know I was really just on a tangent there about the BlizzCon, but I mean, things have been pretty normal here. Bunny's gone for a third CC. Impact went for a bit of early shenanigans, but nothing too major. And then we take a look. Drop is going out for Bunny. He's got a Hellion and a handful of Marines here. 2 Hellions, actually. Does he have an engineering bay up or an armory? No, he doesn't, so he can't make him Hellbats. So yeah, just a little bit of a cute drop coming out of Bunny. He's securing up his third base. His bio production is getting online. He's got his eBays turning out upgrades there. Would be good to see him throw an armory up pretty darn soon so that he can start his 2-2 right away to keep that going. Meanwhile, he's going for a drop to the main base of Berserk. He's got a Hellion in the mix, but that's getting sent away. And actually, I think he lost a Medivac. Yes, he did. So this drop not getting a lot done for Bunny. Impact is going up to a 4th base. Maybe he can snipe off a drone or 2, gets 1 drone, and then has to get on out. Oh, I think he's going to lose that Medivac. Oh no, Bunny, that is not a good start. If he gets out with this Medivac, that would be nice, but if he loses it, that's going to be tough. There's actually no Queen at the 3rd base. Otherwise, the Queen could definitely step out here and probably pick that off, but that's pretty good for Bunny, the fact that he got away with that. I mean, it definitely could have been expected. Oh no, he's going back in. Don't do it, buddy. Don't do it. You're gonna lose the Medivac. Yeah, these Queens, they got a mission. They're gonna snipe that Medivac, and it's gone. And Bunny just threw away those units. I think that was a pretty big mistake there, a pretty notable mistake. Anyway, when he could have saved that. He's going for another of these tank pushes, this time just with 1 tank. He's got his armory on the way, but of course, going to be a second before that's done and he can start his 2-2. He's going to be going for this push. The map is Ephemeron, so he's going to be looking to use these ramps, which can be very, very good choke points that can work both ways. But in this situation with a tank and bio, I think it's really good for the Terran to be able just to pull back. A few Marines working away on this hatchery, wanting to bait the Zerg forward. Impact's actually going to be going for a big surround, though. And I don't know how this is going to work out. We take a look. Lings coming from both sides. Some of these Lings getting on top of the tank. The tank, though, still focused firing down the Banelings. Bunny is running away. He's off creep, so the Banelings can't really chase. He's focusing down the Banes like a god. He gets a fair few of them and trades out pretty darn well there, I feel. Of course, Impact, though, he kept his 4th base alive. He's getting up a 5th base. I mean, Bunny had the upgrade lead there, and he still has an upgrade lead for about, it's going to be like 30, 40 seconds. So he may be able to make another iteration of this push happen. He's going for a fake drop once again, just trying to pull Impact out of position. Look at this. Bunny and his fake drops are just crazy. Impact, though, not stopping. He's going for a counterattack. I mean, his Lings, we'll see what they're able to get done. They're heading towards the 3rd base. Really, really great harassment being shown from Impact here. But these Lings are locked in, so they're pretty much trapped here and not going to get a good trade. Bunny loses no units there. Cleans up all those Lings. Impact didn't even care about that fake drop. And all of a sudden, Bunny, he's held that defense off. He's got a 4th base on the way here. His 2-2 is already on the way. So they're on equal upgrades for now, but Impact has only started his +2 Carapace and is notably behind. A Hive starts up here for Impact, and we're going to see what Bunny is going to be able to get done with his next plan here. It looks like he's got some bio out on the map. He definitely sees that Impact is out there. He sees that there's Banelings and Lings all over, so he might want to pull these units back. No, he's actually going for a push. He's going to be relying on his reinforcements to stop this. And take a look at this. Bunny is actually all over the place. He's got some bio here. He's got some bio pushing this base. That base is a goner. He's got bio pushing this base down here. I mean, there are Lings and Banes in position to respond to this, but Impact is definitely taking losses here. Bunny is moving on in. Oh, look at the splits from Bunny. So good. Absorbs most of the Banelings, lifts up the Marines, gets on out of there. He cleaned up this hatchery, and then the counterattack was just non-existent as the Impact was really focusing with everything else. Bunny focuses down to 1 Baneling there, and then these bio units with their +2 attack shredding through the Lings. Bunny now has 2-2, and all of a sudden we take a look at the supply. Impact has just been pulled apart. It seems like his macro has really slipped here as Bunny is moving forward. The supply is just so far ahead with Bunny. How on earth did this happen, Impact? I mean, he took a few losses, but nothing too major there. I mean, I guess he lost a lot of lings when maybe he shouldn't have, and all of a sudden, Bunny is pushing on in with a very scary army. The Banelings have been getting focused down. Bunny's macro just has been very good this game. He's got a 4th base on the way, of course. Oh, the Widowmine connection was absolutely massive. All the Banelings gone, and look at this Bio Ball for Bunny. Gonna be pushing forward. I mean, Impact's economy is okay, but he does not have a time to make enough Banelings here. I feel a few Banes are rolling forward, but that's just a portion of Bunny's army they're going to connect to. They clean out a good chunk of the Widowmines there, which is nice for Impact. He's going to move forward once again, trying to clean this up. He's got Queens in the mix even helping out. But look at all this bio for Bunny pushing forward. Can the Banelings get the connections they need? I mean, there's a few good connections there, but is it enough for the Zerg player to hold on? Impact rallying out as many lings as he can, but so many medivacs are here for Bunny. There's 12 medivacs healing these Marines. They're just not dying, and Bunny takes game number 2. I know I was on a bit of a tangent there, but I felt things were going okay for Impact, and then all of a sudden I looked at the supply and it's like, oh, he's dead. Bunny just started hitting the Zerg all over. I don't know if he lost like a good chunk of his bio there to a move command or something, or a good chunk of his lings to a move command, because he did have a force there in the center, which was planned for a counterattack, but it kind of just disappeared. So I don't know if it was like move commanded and caught or something. Anyway, we're going to load on into the 3rd map, and it's going to be the map that decides who's going to win this. We're going to load on into that. Yeah, thanks so much to everyone for tuning on into this. Make sure to press that like button if you're enjoying this commentary. 25 likes, that's the goal. Let's crush it. And if we can do that, that would be awesome. However, I know you have really been enjoying these commentaries regardless. So let's load on in here. It's a best of 3. It's tied 1-1, spawning up in the top left-hand side of the map. It is Bunny. And in the bottom right-hand side of the map, it's Impact. I know I was on a bit of a tangent in that last game, but this game about BlizzCon, because I'm really excited for BlizzCon. But this game, we're going to focus on the matches. And I know you guys might have accidentally seen the time up there for how long the replay was. I apologize about that. Sometimes I got to turn it on to see how long a match is, whether it's really worth casting or whatever. And that's really how I dictate what matches I'm going to cast, based on the match length, whether it'll be like a good series or whatever. So sometimes I forget to turn that off. Anyway, here we are. We'll see who's going to take this. I mean, Impact's been looking good, but like I feel like I need to have a second look at that last game just to see where it all went wrong for Impact. Like, he didn't lose a lot of drones, I know that much. Then he just like lost a base or two. I don't know if his macro slipped or what. And then if he was just focused on his counterattacks, or either way, it was just really good play from Bunny, just hitting all over and then winning. So yeah, very well done by him. Impact opening up normally. Bunny opening up normally as well. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see a 2-Rax or something from Bunny. In fact, I would have loved to see a 2-Rax in this spot. However, he is just opening up normally, so pretty respectful, pretty confident in his macro play. He even sends out an SCV Scout. I love the SCV Scouts. It is so important. If you're a Terran and you ever lose like your natural command center to a Zerg because they open up with an early pool, just start SCV scouting in your play. It makes life a lot easier playing straight up from an SCV scout position. Yeah, you lose a bit of minerals, but ultimately I think it's really worth it for the peace of mind. SCV moves on in. He's like, oh, look at that. The hatchery's done. I can turn around. He's going to send the SCV towards the 3rd base. Now, and he's going to see 3rd base already on the way for Impact. A very quick 3rd. The Zerg player just wanting to get that up with no trouble. Queens on the way, Lings on the way. Reaper crossing the map. So yeah, just a normal opening here from Impact. It's kind of crazy, the discrepancy that some Zergs have in their 3rd base timing. I guess it really just depends on the queen timing and everything like that. I don't play Zerg, so I'm not an expert in that field. Reaper comes on, and though able to bully these lings a little bit. So far, great micro from Impact, keeping those alive. I mean, that's a lot of bruised up lings. Bunny even trying to get a drone, but Impact instantly pulling back. There's one dead ling. Bunny might be able to nab himself up a second, but the queen pops out, and all of a sudden, that Reaper, he's got to go on home. He was able to grab 2 lings, which is okay, but Still, that's acceptable for Impact. And we take a look here. Bunny, he's going for a starport, making some Hellions. I'm curious what kind of play we're going to see out of him this game. Meanwhile, Pneumatized Carapace on the way for the Zerg. So Impact is also curious what Bunny's going to be going for. He's like, hey, Bunny guy, what are you doing? What you cooking up here? And we take a look, and all of a sudden, it is nothing too definitive just yet. We'll see if he's going to swap this over. Is he going to go for like a Banshee or something? A Liberator. Oh, I love the Liberator openings from Terrans. I feel like Liberator harassment is good at any stage in a StarCraft 2 game. And it's not the most common thing, so it can catch your opponent off guard a little bit. If you bounce around and say you're poking with Hellions in other spots, it can go very, very good. Oh, Impact could potentially lose a drone here. No, good save there, turning that into an Extractor. Just goes to show the level of play these guys are at. All the while, the Hellions just sharking around here. Forgive me as I have a drink. Got to save the voice a little bit. Hellions gonna be pushing on in, it would seem. Reaper leading the charge. Hellions move forward. They bounce a queen. They're trying to get one, but I don't think they're gonna be able to do a bit of a commitment there. Impact or Bunny loses a Reaper and a Hellion trying to get a queen, but doesn't actually do that. Oh, now he's taking. Oh, he's gonna lose another Hellion. That's a bit of a mistake there. Bunny just lost 2 Hellions and a Reaper. If he gets one of those queens, that would make it a lot better. Okay, he gets one of them. So that's okay. That makes it more acceptable, but still not great. And oh, look at this. He wants to come in with the Hellions. Nice move there. The Lings are a little bit bogged up. He wants to dive on in. I mean, but oh, these Hellions, I think they're going to get trapped here. Impact getting this around on the Hellions. They run behind the mineral line so they can try and get the best shots off possible on these Lings. But I think these Hellions are definitely the one toast for a change here. And yeah, definitely a bit of a loss there for Bunny. Did not pay off. Those Hellions, he lost 6 Hellions. I mean, he's killed off 4 drones this game with the Liberator. But, yeah, not the best. My observing still needs a bit of work, guys. I know about that. Of course, I am open to feedback on absolutely everything. I try and listen. Commentating, video, audio, everything like that. You can give me some feedback, constructive feedback in the comments if you like. As far as this game goes, though, I mean, Bunny, he's powering up. He's got up his 3rd base. He's going for that 3rd CC again. He's getting up his stim pack, so he's probably going to be moving out for a drop as soon as his 2 medivacs are done. Really liking this kind of playstyle, just showing that he's an absolute macro machine. Look at this, even cutesy supply depot down here, just in order to spot if the Zerg is coming in, give you a bit more time to raise the depots. That's a nice play there from Bunny, particularly when you're playing versus someone like Impact, who has been non-stop harassing with Ling counterattacks. And oh, take a look at this. Impact even going to be going for a Ling drop here into the main base of the Terran. And this is such a cool play. Bunny not going to have anything there to detect that. Imagine if that supply depot was down there. That's something to think about if you're a Terran player. The drop moves on in for Bunny. It's trading out versus these Lings. So both these players going for some harassment. Bunny gets out there, just loses like a Marine or 2, but all of a sudden, oh, take a look at this. This drop reward into the main base of Bunny. He's going to have to pull some of his units back to deal with that. These Lings are now going to be getting on in, and this is going to be a nice start for Impact. The real damage of this game just beginning here. And oh, this drop even really being cleaned up. Totally had a power outage there, but getting back into the game. I mean, this is looking pretty good for Impact. SCV is being pulled into these... pulled into those Lings and then eventually getting sent back. Impact even saving the Overlord there. And then just Bunny, his drops not getting a lot done. So this is looking pretty good for the Zerg. The armory needs to be finished so Bunny can get his 2-2 on the way. Otherwise, he's going to be down on upgrades. He's just getting up his extra racks here, and the Zerg seems to be in quite a good spot. This is an interesting attack here coming from Bunny. He's got a Widowmine, a tank, and then a handful of Marines. Is he going to be able to get the 4th base of the Zerg? This was kind of unexpected by Impact. It's going to be close whether he gets it, but no, I don't think he's going to be able to pick off the hatchery. A good save from Impact, it would seem. The Ling's standing pretty strong. Wait, is he going to be able to finish up all those Lings and then get on in? If he gets his hatch, it would be huge here for Bunny. He needs to focus it down. The drone's even coming off the line, but yes, I think that's a dead hatchery. Very good for Bunny there. I mean, that Ling drop kind of messed him up a bit. But with shutting down the Zerg's fort, that is a very nice spot. I mean, usually a game hinges on whether the Zerg can get up their 4th base or not, and that really evens things up for Bunny. He's just dropping the Mule Hammer at his 3rd base. Look at that, Mules for days. His income is going to shoot up here, and yeah, look at that. Just that income is looking real good there for the Terran player. That Mule income, 4,000 minerals. And coming on in there. And we'll just see. The upgrades for Impact are pretty good here. The fact that his 2-2 is pretty far ahead of Bunny's, so that's going to be nice for him. He's even planning another big counterattack. Bunny really should anticipate something like this, but I don't think he's going to be ready. Lings are coming on in. Does he raise the depots? No, he doesn't. Oh, that is disastrous for Bunny. No, Impact's even getting into the main base. The Lings in all the critical spots here for Bunny. Into the natural, into the main. Bunny was planning an attack, but he just got completely turned around. He's got Marines popping out. He's got units coming on in here, but he's going to lose at least some SCVs. His production really being delayed here, and his attack being turned around. Oh no, he needs to get units into the main, save those SCVs, but it's just a disaster. So many SCVs going down for Bunny. Impact's now coming into the 3rd base of the Terran. Bunny saves the SCVs, but when you're a Terran, having the medivac SCVs from your own 3rd, it is not a good spot there. And, oh man, this is looking real rough for Bunny. He was even trying to get up a 4th base. A bit ambitious there, but Impact is on that. And this is just so tough here for Bunny. His 4th base gets killed, not canceled. His economy was just massively disrupted there. Those mules that he dropped not long ago seem to be a distant memory at this point. And, Bunny suddenly might feel like he's pressured to go for an all-in here. And I don't mind that, honestly. I mean, he's got to get those SCVs back mining, but if Bunny just goes for an all-in, if he can get on creep and force a bad fight from Impact, maybe he can make it happen, because we take a look, there's only a handful of Banelings here for the Zerg. Bunny's 2-2 is about to finish up, and he's up about 30 army supply. He's now engaging these Lings. His 2-2 isn't done yet, though, so the Marines actually don't stand very well versus those Lings. This bio falling back to this choke point, a great reaction from Bunny. He's now pushing on in towards the space. He's got to be careful with his Widow Mines there. Oh, they actually get good connections there on the Banelings, so Bunny may be able to make this attack happen. Impact's counterattacks are keeping a good chunk of Bunny's army back at home, but I think he does need rallies and reinforcements in here, because Impact did have enough on this front to defend, and all Bunny's going for a drop. I don't know about that. This is a bit of a desperation drop from the Terran, I feel. He's into the Zerg's main base. He knows he's got a limited window to get damage done. A Baneling or 2 rolling forward, but so far, no major connections, but a Parasitic Bomb going down on the Medivacs. Queen's working away on the Medivacs. All of these units are getting cleaned up. And Bunny, he finally moved out with the rest of his army, going for an attack towards this 4th base, but that's opened him up to the counterattack. It's going to be close here. Impact's getting on into the main base. Baneling's into the natural. And this is just looking tough for Bunny. He's really committed right now. He needs to keep this attack going right now. He's still up on army supply. It's pretty much go, go, go for Bunny, or you are done. It's not a comfortable spot versus Zerg, but you pretty much gotta go now or never. And Bunny's just sitting here with this army, and he stims his units, but he's got to be moving forward towards this Zerg natural, but he's going home, and I don't think that's an option for the Terran player. His supply isn't too terrible, but oh yeah, the Zerg is just pushing back. And I don't think if this game goes any longer, it's going to work out for Bunny. He's got to retreat now. There's an Ultra in the mix here. A Widowmine goes off. Friendly fire in a massive scale there. That Widowmine, the traitor, just seals it for Impact. And GG gets called as we have ourselves Impact taking the 2-1 over Bunny. We take a look at that. Just well done by the Zerg player. And a great TvZ. I definitely feel that could have gone Bunny's way, but Impact's counterattacks really sealed it. When you're able to counterattack versus a Terran, it just takes all the wind out of their sails. Like, Bunny's economy really was just desolate there. So, if you enjoyed this commentary, I had a power outage during the 3rd game, so I'm just getting back to that now. But if you enjoyed that, press that like button. Let's try and break 25 likes on this video. And if you're new to the channel, I encourage you to subscribe, as I'm putting out these commentaries all the time, and you don't want to miss any more. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.